So inflation, food insecurity, shortage of baby formula, floods, as if the present is not grim enough. We also have scary prophecies for the future. Experts are predicting a public health disaster in the UK. Estimates say that by 2040, 71% of the people in the UK will be overweight. 71%. And this is not about looking different or being plus size, which is fine. It's about what this means for your health. If you're overweight, you'll be more vulnerable to diabetes or cancer, heart-related problems, or similar life-threatening diseases. Being overweight also reduces 2.7 years, in fact, from your life expectancy. Long story short, it's a health crisis. By 2040, 71% of the UK population will be overweight and hence more vulnerable to these diseases. 36% of the adults will be obese. We're talking about 21 million cases of obesity in a country of 70.4 million. Now, ideally, we should be discussing what the UK can do to prevent this, how should it be preventing this disaster, through awareness, education, promoting healthy food, etc. But I'll not get into this. That's because everyone, including the policymakers in the United Kingdom, know what is to be done. But the government of Prime Minister Boris Johnson is knowingly putting people at risk, it seems. Just last month, they made it mandatory for restaurant menus to carry calorie information. Britain's National Health Service, or NHS, has a section of its website dedicated to obesity. It talks about the cause of obesity, the treatment, the problems, a whole lot of things. This country takes pride in talking about obesity. The problem is that's where the campaign ends. What about addressing obesity? Not too long ago, the UK announced measures to tackle unhealthy lifestyle, like banning junk food ads on television before 9 p.m, banning buy one, get one deals on unhealthy food, banning prominent promotion of unhealthy food in supermarkets. This announcement was made last year. I remember covering the story on the show on Gravitas. I remember telling all of you how these were the world's strictest rules to tackle junk food. 1 year on, I can tell you, it's a flop. They were never planning to implement any of it. Some of these measures were supposed to come into effect in October, the rest in January this year. Now, all of them have been postponed by at least 1 year. In fact, some reports say these measures may be shelved for good. The obvious question is why? Why does Boris Johnson not want to give a healthy lifestyle to his people, or healthy lifestyle a chance? Because bans are not good for business, apparently. Let me show you some numbers. $745 million, that's how much food brands spend on TV and digital ads in the UK in 1 year. $745 million. Now, if the government bans junk food ads before 9 p.m, a lot of this money will be lost. Popular channels like Sky, Channel 4 or ITV stand to lose some $248 million in annual revenue. Many brands are already fighting the Prime Minister. Cereal brand Kellogg's has moved court. This is against one of the proposed junk food ad rules. So the story goes that Johnson has now convinced his ministers that bans would be bad for the economy. Well, we've got news. Obesity will be worse for the economy. In the UK, nearly 23,000 cases of cancer are attributed to obesity every year. Extra weight is a burden on productivity. It reduces a country's GDP by as much as 3.3%. Obesity also reduces educational outcome. Estimates say that in the next 30 years, the UK will be spending as much as 8.4% of its health budget to treat the consequences of being overweight. Currently, 60% of British women are overweight or obese. By 2040, the number will be 67%. 68% of British men are overweight or obese. By 2040, that figure will be 74%. All graphs point to a health disaster. What the UK needs now is for the government to invest in health. Here's another incentive. For each dollar spent on tackling obesity, a country stands to gain $5.6 in economic benefits. What the UK needs right now is for the government to shed its myopic goals, to focus on the country's long-term biological and economic health. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.